I just go back to my motel. I try to turn on the air conditioner. It's still giving me an error, so I gotta look online to see how I can fix it. Cause yeah, this is I can't stand it.
His boats make their way to a western.
All right, so already had our
who passes the information to
Ruger.
German exile
So we're gonna make.
neutral Switzerland.
All right, Palmer, let's go.
DAGR, who worked for the World Jewish Congress.
We're just kind of eyeballing it. We're not doing like exactly.
But the Nazis have a plan. They are
Oh,
going to
there'll be different tasting every time.
and murder the remaining Jewish communities in Europe.
Let's go. All right, there we go.
Shocked
Yeah,
by what he hears.
a little more iced tea this time than lemonade. So
To Rabbi Stephen Wise.
next time will be more lemonade than iced tea. So let's go. I am hungry. I have a real long day at work, so. So I grabbed. I'm gonna keep getting the. I just get a different side. I got
But officials
two potato fries, and I got the double.
pass it on.
Oh, they gave me wipes. Oh, that's nice of them. That's the first time I've ever gotten wipes. That kid was actually really nice, man. Really nice kid that was my,
Why are we
I
going to
guess,
get
server
around
or
about
server,
this? It's just
whatever
property
you
of
call it.
war.
So I'm gonna
There's
keep this
no
in
way
the
the Nazis
container
are actually doing this.
because I
Until we
have
shut them.
pretty much the same thing
The
right here.
nightmare persists. He reaches a British member of parliament who contacts Rabbi Wise by telegram.
Still have some
The
left
U.S.
over
State
there.
Department now investigates the report, but the Roosevelt administration
Earlier,
is not
you have
ready
it
to
too
take it
long ago.
public.
They had a feeling that American soldiers would not agree to fight
That's not too bad.
if they believed that they were being asked to fight for the rest
Thought
of
it'd be a
their
little
nation.
crustier.
We're fighting for these ideas of democracy and idealism. We're not fighting for the Jews.
After their investigation, the State Department allows Rabbi Wise to share the information about the mass murder of the Jews. The news spreads around the globe, and Jewish communities react. The world is beginning to learn the truth.
At the beginning of December, there's a day of mourning, not just in the United States, not just in Britain, but internationally. There are vigils, there are ceremonies and services in synagogues across the Western Hemisphere. And then finally, on December 17th, the Allied governments issue what is called the Allied Declaration on Atrocities. And they are condemning in very strong language what the Nazis and their collaborators are doing. They are using phrases like cold-blooded extermination and bloody atrocities.
Roosevelt particularly was very concerned, and Churchill was appalled as well. He said the best thing that we can do to help Europe's Jews is to win this war as quickly as possible, and we need to divert all of our resources in service of doing just that.
They knew that these mass killings were happening. I don't think they could imagine quite the scale of the infrastructure that the Nazis had devoted to this. I think that the leaders have not quite grasped the extent of it.
In 1933, Hitler's perverse vision was to expel the Jews from Germany. By 1942, he is on the verge of exterminating the entire Jewish population.
I don't know, Mr. Rogers, aka Tom Hanks. You're pretty evil too, buddy.
After 2
Fallen
years,
angel
his
slash
wife
vampire
and
slash
French
immortal
sister are
slash.
discovered by Dutch police officers
Only
and
about.
sent to a Nazi extermination center. They eventually die of typhus just weeks before the end of the war. Hélène Baird is deported from Paris to Auschwitz and then to Bergen-Belsen, where she also dies from typhus, April 1945. Slama Baird Wiener writes a report about the gas bans at Elmo, hoping to bring the truth to the world. But he is found by the Nazis and deported to Belzec, where he was murdered in the gas chambers. Mendel Yakubovich survives Auschwitz and moves to the United States after the war. He changes his name to Mike Jacobs and founds a
They
scrap
always
metal
change their
business
names.
in Dallas, Texas.
Mike Jacobs. That's it.
The Holocaust, the Shoah, will continue. until Nazi Germany is defeated and the Third Reich is completely destroyed. In 1942,
They certainly run the show up business.
massive assault on the Wehrmacht in North Africa.
The following program contains violence. Viewer discretion is advised.
Tonight, on The Proof Is Out There, Alien Edition. A mysterious object flies over a military base. Are we under surveillance?
Nothing
Right.
should be coming into that airspace without absolute control.
I
A
like that.
Navy pilot captures this strange object on video.
Yeah,
And the
right.
Defense Department is stumped. Is it a genuine UFO?
Anything is on the table, but it's definitely.
Next time we're gonna get, so we did
And a photo taken at a naval base that has baffled experts for
Ring
nearly
Race, the
70
Prize.
years. Will our experts be able to crack the case?
Something.
Or I see have something else that's side.
With UFO reports at an all-time high, we're examining the most compelling evidence caught on camera. Tonight's focus, UFO sightings reported by military forces around the world. Our experts will analyze the evidence and then pass a verdict.
So there are some who believe that this alien technology is surveilling humans.
The proof starts now.
We're definitely getting surveilled, that's for sure. Who's doing it it doesn't really matter.
Good evening and welcome to The Proof Is Out There. For the
Whether it's the aliens, the Watchers, the fallen angels.
Has been at the forefront of UFO reporting.
You
He's
name
with
it.
several
It's
videos
not
and
good, no
photos
matter
of
who it's doing
UFOs
it.
captured by the military, which have stumped the experts. And this next one might be the weirdest one yet. October 2017. We're at a U.S. Joint Operations base somewhere.
It's not the
above.
year.
It's a quiet night at this sensitive military installation. A targeting system scans the sky for threats. When its forward-looking infrared or FLIR camera captures something no one expected. A jellyfish-like object moves across the sky.
It almost tastes like Big Mac sauce in this one.
With what looks like tendrils hanging from it. Despite its brisk clip, the object maintains an eerily rigid shape.
They put a lot on it this time. I don't remember them having this much before.
Jeremy Corbell obtained and then released the video to instant headlines. But this is just a clip. He says the Department of Defense is withholding the full-length version, which reveals the true extent of the object's anomalous capabilities.
Of course they
Every
are.
witness that described seeing the full footage describes the object going out over a lake, dropping into the lake for about 17 minutes, and then shooting off at a 45-degree angle.
That's important, because those alleged capabilities align with the Pentagon's official investigations into what the government calls UAP, Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena.
One of the observables we had at the Pentagon was transmedium travel, the ability to operate in multiple different domains and environments. And if this thing did indeed go underwater, well, it would certainly fit that bill as being transmedium.
Not only that, but it may represent the return of a little-known type of sighting.
I think people would be really surprised to learn that these type of objects have been reported
So
for
the rest of
decades,
this.
and they actually are referred to as jellyfish UFOs.
One of the most famous instances was a 1977 mass sighting over the Soviet city of Petrozavodsk. This photo captures what witnesses described as a huge, glowing jellyfish with a bright red center. And this wasn't the only sighting of its kind back in the 1970s.
I had the personal privilege of speaking to an elderly gentleman who described in Washington, D.C., in the broad daylight, what appeared to be a luminous jellyfish.
Huh.
And he said it was like a parachute as it was going up. Had this multicolored of red and black, and it reminded him of molten lava.
But why are these so-called jellyfish making a sudden return 5 decades later? Have they gravitated from our nation's capital to our nation's military installations? That's the concern.
What's so troubling here is that this is a very significant potential threat to the safety and well-being of the individuals on this military installation. Imagine if these things came flying out over controlled U.S. military airspace completely anonymously and unchallenged.
Oops.
Let me be clear. UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military
That's right, they're
installations.
German.
Here on Proof, we've analyzed several other transmedium UFOs, but none of them look anything like this, right?
All right.
Look at these
That's good.
appendages. Here and here and here. They seem to come down from this irregularly shaped mass right there in the center. And then at the top, there are these nodules there, there. What are they? Antenna? I can't make heads or tails of what it is we're actually seeing here. Maybe our
Why does not surprise me? That guy's not the smartest tool in the shed. Alright, that was another good.
Since World War I,
Camel smash burger. Let's go. So good.
on everything from helmets